Hey everybody, this is Verna from Stampin' Notes and welcome to my studio. It is Monday, March 20th, 2023, and guess what? It is the first day of spring here, and welcome spring. We need some springtime. It's been a beautiful day, a little bit chilly, and I have some beautiful Easter cards for you tonight to share with you. I am using the Rejoice in Him stamp set and also the Daffodil Daydream stamp set. I'm just gonna get my camera up here. The Daffodil Daydream stamp set. And it looks like we need to turn this. I'm just gonna get my camera up here. The Daffodil Daydream stamp set. And it looks like we need to turn this. I'm just gonna get my camera up here. The Daffodil. Okay, sorry about that. So why are we sideways? I'm gonna try to, let's see here. I'm gonna turn this. See if I turn this way, if it's helpful or no. Let's go this way and see if that helps you guys, if it's the right way. Okay, that is the right way. So anyways, we have some beautiful Easter cards to share with you tonight. No, it's not you echoing, Margaret. It's me. And thank you for sharing. If you share, you will be put into a drawing for some beautiful gems, probably the pastel iridescent pastel gems. And let's see, last week's winner was Anita Gobin, and I think I spelled your name wrong here, Anita. But anyways, if you message me your address, I'll get those out to you. I appreciate you sharing and commenting and participating. So let's start. I'm going to try something with my phone here really quick. And close your eyes if you get seasick or car sick. I just want to see. I turn this way. We're still sideways. There. That's better. Okay, hopefully I can get the camera on here without messing anything up. And let me see. Nope, it still isn't right. All right, I'm turning it back this way and I'll work from this end. So, moving this over and moving this over a little bit. Sorry about that. I hope you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day. It was, we had a class here in my studio, and we had a lot of fun with that. And the next one will be, I believe it's April 11th is the next class. Okay, so let's get started. Our first card here, we're going to do a little bit of embossing. And all the paper I'm using tonight is with a delicate desert paper, and I want to show you that. Hey, Rosalie. Nice to see you on there. Okay, so this is in the annual or the spring catalog, the spring mini catalog. And it's just beautiful paper. I have one packet that I've chopped up quite a bit, so I'll open this to show it to you. Hey, Carol. Nice to see you on there. If you're, tell me where you're from. Say hi if you're watching. And so this is that gorgeous paper. And it's got desert kind of colors, Southwest colors. And there's some of the gray. And there's a bright calypso coral. It looks more orange on the camera. Hi, Ian. And there's, I like that with the dots. And there's a really pretty gray pattern. And also a lot of soft succulent in this paper right here. And then the back side, this I used for, it kind of looks like a tomb, and I used it for like a resurrection card for Easter, the background. And this has a brush kind of metallic-y look, but it's not metallic. And more of the soft succulent, more soft succulent with a pattern. Yeah, I didn't get the stamp set either, but I do like the paper. And there's, I actually like the stamp set, but I didn't think I would use it that much. So anyways, there's that paper. And if you place an order with me this week of $35 or more, I'll send you the kits to make these cards. It will include that paper. And also, everything will be die cut except the daffodil die cuts, because that's part of the class. I will assume that you have that. So the two stamp sets I'm using tonight, the Rejoice in Him, and also the Daffodil Daydream. And then the Daffodil Daydream has these gorgeous dies. They're in the catalog. It's not sold as a bundle anymore, but there's like 34 dies here. And they're really, there's stems, there's 2 of each of the little daffodil cups, there's the petals, there's these, and I'll be using some of them to show you. There's this little butterfly die, and this outline shape of the butterfly right here that goes with that. Whoops. We've got the stems and the leaves. So that's a really good, awesome set. I probably won't sell this set. I probably will keep it. The stamp set itself has Mother's Day greeting and Easter blessings there. And this set has a picture of Christ. It has some nice sentiments. I love the palm and the dove. So I'm going to grab my glue. I forgot to bring that over. So those are the two sets we're using and the paper. Grabbing the glue here. I'm out of my tape runner, so I don't have that to use. I would prefer using that. Okay. So we're going to start with a piece of the regular vellum. And this is 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. And again, if you place an order with me, you will get the PDF tutorial, the envelopes and everything, the paper and cardstock to make these cards. And we're going to take this vellum and we're going to do some embossing on it. So we need our embossing buddy. And what this little tool does is it takes the static out, helps the powder not to go where it shouldn't go in that. And we're gonna get our Versamark ink, which is a clear ink. And that is right here. And I'm going to, I need a piece of, I guess I could use this. This is the back of the paper. I need a scrap paper. I'm going to take this large stamp from the Daffodil Daydream stamp set, and I want to stamp just the flowers towards the bottom of the vellum. You guys, I'm sorry, this is driving me nuts. I'm going to try turning my phone again and see what happens. Nope, that's sideways. Well, Okay. My wire is showing and the carpet is showing. All right, so I'm going to push this up a little bit. I apologize. All right, so we've embossed this with the embossing powder. Okay, and I'm going to just take this block here with the daffodils and stamp that vellum with a clear image. I don't know if you can see that or not on there. Now I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. I'm bringing in my little powder tray. This is a kit from Stampin' Up. And there's the clear. And what did I do with the white? Clear. And I wonder if I knocked it on the floor here. There it is on the floor. Okay, so this embossing powder comes in a pack of 3, I think. And white is one of them, black, and maybe silver is with that. All right, so I'm just gonna dump it over this. And I'm gonna tap it off. There's also a brush in this set. So if you get any stragglers, you can just brush it off. And I'm going to bring my heat tool over. And we're going to heat that up. And I also have my tweezers. I'm going to hold it with these tweezers because the heat tool does get pretty hot. Hey, Missy. Nice to see you on there. Oops, I better move this. I don't want to melt all the powder. Okay. And you can see it's starting to turn on the vellum. It's so pretty. Yeah, this kit comes with the tweezers, a long brush, the tray, and an embossing buddy. You see that changing? Isn't that pretty? The white on the white is really pretty too. Okay, so that should be good. Alrighty. And I'm going to cover this so I don't get into that. All right, so I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to color on the back of it with my Stampin' Blends markers. And I'm using Soft Succulent for the green. I'm just going to go right in between the lines there. You can see it from the back. And I'm just coloring those stems like that. Here's another one, another little stem there. Here's one. And then we've got a little bit of a stem going up here like this. Okay, and one like that. All right, I think I've got all, oops, there's another stem here. Okay, so I think we've got all the stems. I'm bringing in, what is this? Dark Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to do the daffodil cups with this. I'm going to do the back of this flower, And I'm sorry, I've got a cut on my thumb and I meant to put a Band-Aid on that before I started and I forgot. All right, so, and now let's come in with, let's do a yellow. I love to look in the, like the bulb catalogs at the different daffodils. There will be yellow with pink and yellow and white, pink and pink, all different colors. And I'm going to grab the darker one. And here's like a little bulb starting right there. There's a stem I missed, so I'll go back and grab that. Now this isn't going to be this dark on the front. It will be a paler yellow. And what's really cool is that white, those embossed lines will, it'll look etched on the front. Looks really beautiful. All right, and I got to grab that one stem that I missed. Come in and get that. Whoops. And I'm using the bullet tip just because it's easier to control it. And here's another one. All right, let's turn it over and see what it looks like. Now, isn't that pretty? See how light that is? So it's a lot lighter on the front. All right, so I've used one of the scallop contour dies, and I'm gonna just, oh, before I do that, I've got to emboss the sentiment on the top here. And we're gonna ink it on, and then we're gonna use clear embossing powder on that. So what that does is that you can use this with any color ink and you heat it and it will look raised and shiny like it was embossed with that color. So I'm going to use let's see, this is Peace Be Unto You. I think that's not the one I want. Let's do He Is Risen. And we need a little block here. This is actually a paper pumpkin block. All right, so I'm going to use soft succulent. And so I'm inking up my stamp here. And this is a little bent from, I probably maybe may have was too close heating it. Okay, so that says He Is Risen. And we're going to take our clear powder. Got a scrap paper here. And I just want to make sure this is a clear. Yep. We're going to put this over that. And you can see how it looks muted now. Well, it'll come to life when that powder melts over it. So I'm grabbing the heat tool again. And that is hot, so I'm going to hold it down with this. Okay, so can you see that looks raised and shiny. All right. So now we're going to put it on the die cut, and this is cut with the Scallop Contours dies. I'm going to move this out of here. All right, and I'm going to use the liquid glue on it. And I think my glue is plugged, so I'm going to take a pin and unplug it. All right, and it's not going to show a lot with colored images, so I'm just going to kind of dab it where the color is. But you do have to be careful with the glue because it will show through on vellum. I'm just putting tiny little dabs here. All right, and we're gonna fit this right inside this little stitched area on our die cut. Thank you. Okay, so isn't that pretty? It says he is risen. And nice and shiny, soft colors. All right, and now we have a piece of thick basic white cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and you can score it at 5 1/2, or you can do what I'm doing and fold it and then burnish it like that. I have a piece of that beautiful Delicate Desert Designer Series paper, and I'm just gonna, whoops, I want to put a ribbon around that. I'm gonna grab my soft succulent ribbon. Hopefully. Well, maybe I brought it over here. Oh, I did. It's right in front of me. Okay, so I want enough to go around this top layer, so that's probably about enough. And scissors. I have there's a free PDF tutorial in there's gonna be. I've got it ready to upload into our our Wing and a Prayer Creators group, which is a group of paper crafters, card makers to honor Christ with their paper crafting and card making by encouraging people with cards. So I'm gonna have a tutorial up with this stamp set, Rejoice in Him, uploaded. Probably I'll get it in there tomorrow, and it has like 5 cards and a little sampler. So if you end up buying the kits for these cards, I will include that tutorial for you. But it is free, and it's free to join that group. You do have to ask to join it. Okay, and this is the soft succulent open weave ribbon. I can't believe Easter's only like 3 weeks away. Yeesh, and I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble. Let's go around the bow and pull it through. Okay, there we go. Move that down a tad. And I'm going to glue it on there, and then I'll we'll put the other, our embossed tag on there. Okay. There is a host code to use for this. And it is the one that I had on the original sheet, but I will be posting it again, and it's on my blog. I'll have a link to it on my blog. And we'll trim these down. Just like that. Yes, I had to sing to it. All right, so let's put some dimensionals on the back of this. Where's your take your pick tool when you need it? Speed it up here, Verna. We have robins in the yard. We've had a flock of robins, actually, which is nice to see. All right, so I'm loading, I usually load my tags up pretty good with dimensionals. Thanks, Rosalie. Look like you enjoyed your race. Looked like you did well. No surprise there. All right, so we're going to center this right on the front there like that. And then we need some gems, of course. And I'm using the Pastel Adhesive Gems, Iridescent Pastel Gems. Iridescent Pastel Gems. All right, so I'm going to use these lighter colored ones. And let's put one down here. One right there. And maybe another one here. And there is that first card. What I did on the inside on this one, what did I do? Oh, I've got Celebrate His Love and some butterflies. This was to keep it closed while I photographed it. All right, so you can do that. That just gives you an idea on doing the inside of that one. Yeah, me too, Margaret. Me too. Okay, the second card, we're going to use a piece of soft succulent, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 or fold it in half, furnish it with a bone folder, just like that. And we have a piece of soft succulent. This is 5 by 3 3/4, and a piece of the Delicate Desert Designer Series paper that's 4 3/4 by 3.5. And we're gonna tie a piece of ribbon around this one. Grab my scissors. I love this open weave ribbon. I know it's probably going to retire, but it's so easy to use and it's so pretty. All right. And this is going to be at the top in the center. And we may have to slide it over a little bit. Come on. I really liked using the Daffodil Delight with this paper and with the sentiments from Rejoice in Him stamp set. And some of the stamps like the Hosanna branches, the palm branches. Okay, I'm going to pull this down a little bit. And we're going to pull this tight again. Come on. All right, and then this is going to be adhered onto that soft succulent layer. Oh, there's that pretty desert scene on the back. Yeah, if you lived in the Southwest, you would probably really love that set. There, that's on there like that. We're going to stamp, I forgot to stamp this before I put it on there, so I'm going to bring in some Post-its and just put along the edge here. So I don't want that bottom layer to get ink on it. Or the cardstock. Okay, and I'm bringing in the palm branch from Rejoice in Him. Looks like I don't have it out here yet. So we'll grab that. And I'm inking it up in soft succulent. I'm just gonna go down onto that card like that. I'm gonna do over here like that. We need a little bit of one in the middle. Let's see if I can move that over and do just, this is why you stamp it before you put the bow on it. Okay, so we'll take these off there. And we need a glue dot to anchor that. I'm grabbing my old school take a pick tool. It's this right here. Okay, and we'll put it right on there to hold that in place. Now this is going to go on our base. Centered on the base on the front. Okay, and I have a die cut. It is from the Something Fancy Dies. And I love this tag. And there's a little die, if you want to, you can cut these little designs out of those tags. I'll show you that set. So here's the set. And if you want to cut these designs out, you just stick it up here at the end of the tag when you're cutting like this. Fits right in there, and it'll cut that little design out of the tag. And this is a really nice set of tags to have in your stash. All right, so we're going to stamp on this, wishing you joy and love this Easter. Wishing you joy and love this Easter. And again, it's in soft succulent. And I'm going to turn it over and add dimensionals again. If you guys, you may be aware that there's, Stampin' Up! Has a new online only product listing, which is really cool. And I've ordered a few things, so I'm going to be using some of those. Probably I'll use one of them next week, but there's like these frames that have this really cool dies that has a really cool pattern when you die cut your frame along the edging of the frame. There's a cute rhino set with trees and that kind of jungle kind of stuff. There's a beautiful palm, like a huge leaf punch with a stamp set that goes with that. There's some really pretty paper too. All right, so let's fancy this up a little bit. We're going to stamp a daffodil, and I'm using Very Vanilla. I'm going to use my Memento black ink, and this is from the Daffodil Daydream stamp set. And we're going to put that on there. We're using the Memento black to stamp the image on there. This is the really good ink to use if you're going to be coloring something in with blends or markers. And we'll stamp it right on there like this. And now I'm gonna I'm using light old olive. And you wanna, when you're using the Stampin' Blends, you wanna put something under it because they're alcohol-based markers. And I've got some Post-its here, so I'm gonna grab one of them. And I'm just gonna lightly go with a light old olive color on the leaves. I'm using the bullet tip. And then I'll come in and do some highlighting with the dark, and that will blend together. Okay. And I've got the dark here. I'm just gonna go along like that, kinda. Just a little bit of dark on one side. I have my dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to color this center dark and kind of radiate out a little bit from it. I'm going to do the same thing here. Add a little bit of dark towards that center. And this stamp set is in the annual catalog, the big catalog, and the dies are too. I'm coming in with a light Daffodil Delight and just coloring that in like that. Going up a little bit on the petals, but I'm not going to go all the way. So I'm leaving quite a bit of white on there. All right, so I have one, to save time, I've already die cut it out with the dies, and that's right here. And we're going to put this on the side here. We could put it there and cover that, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to cut this off right about there. Oh, you got the edge. I did too, and I'm excited about using them. Let's cut this at a slant. All right, so I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on this side of this. And some glue on these that are already going to be hitting they're going to be up because they're going to be on the tag, which is already up. So just a little bit of glue on this one leaf right there. Okay, and now we'll add some gems to that. And again, these are those iridescent pastel gems. Let's do one down here. One there. Oops, I want it up a little bit. Maybe one up. Oh, maybe one up here. So you could even add some more. So on the previous one that I did, the inside, wishing you joy and love this Easter, and he is risen, and then there's a palm branch. Hi, Jerry. Thanks, Margaret. Okay, the third card uses the die cuts from the Daffodil Dies. And we're going to start with a card base of Smoky Slate. It's 4 1/4 by 11. And score it at 5 1/2 or fold it in half. And we're going to burnish that down. All right, and then I have a piece of basic white that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and that is going to be centered on there, like that. Right. I have a piece of the Delicate Desert Designer Series paper, a piece of that gray, and it's die cut with the, what are they? I brought them over here. The split texture dies. I'll show them to you. There's 2 different dies in this set, and they do make a really cool design on cards. There's one, and then the other one is more just straight lines. So I've used this one with a kind of design in it, and it's called Split Card Texture Dies. So if you order the kits, this will be die cut for you. I'm going to try it this way this time. I have it the other way on the other card. I'll show you in a minute. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And I have a piece of petal pink that's 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to layer right behind that, so this pretty design shows up. And we're going to go right around the edge here. Just like that. Put a few glue dots on these larger areas that can handle it. And this will fit directly. It'll fit it exactly, or it should, if I cut it right. It's got to slide down just a tad. Yeah, it's a neat die. Okay, so now we're going to layer this onto our card base, and there will be just you know what? I've got the wrong white on the front there. Okay, this is the right size right here. I'm going to try taking this off. Nope. All right, I'm going to cut another card base. Sorry about that. I'm grabbing the smoky plate. I'm cutting it at 4 1/4 by 11. Scoring it at 5 1/2. All right, so this piece will fit on here, and there's just a tiny bit of an edging, gray. You can see the gray around that edge. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that's going to go right on the front of this, like that. All right, then this is going to layer onto that. And again, we're going to see a little bit of white around this piece. So a lot of layers on this. And we were going to try it, I was going to try it this way this time. Okay. All right, so there's our card front. We've got the smoky slate, the basic white, we've got the delicate desert, and it has the petal pink behind it. All right, now this is really cool. I've never used this daffodil before, or the dies. I just got them not too long ago. So I have here a leaf. Oops, we want the soft succulent. Another leaf. Actually, I've got an extra leaf. We'd only need 2. And then the stem, and we're going to cut the stem off quite a bit. In fact, I'm just going to tear it because it's not going to show. All right, so we're going to make our flower first, and we've got 2 of these die cuts, and we're going to layer them on top of each other. And this is that Delicate Desert Designer Series paper. And first we're going to move this away. So I'm going to put this one right about here. And this one on top of that, I'm going to bend it just a little bit. And you're just going to layer it on there so the leaves, the petals alternate. Okay. So now we have, again, this is out of the Delicate Desert Designer Series paper. I got sticky stuff on my fingers. This is petal pink, and this is a die cut. I'm just going to put on, it fits on one of the pieces that has the 3 petals. So we're going to layer this on our top one. Just like that. Then I had this piece, and this is the darker petal pink color, and I've got this piece of a designer series paper, which is the lighter. We're going to put the lighter underneath. All right, so we'll put some glue on this to get it to adhere to the bottom part, our lighter color. There, isn't that pretty? So that is our center of our flower. And probably I'll put it about like that, maybe. I wonder if I can turn this just a little. Nope, I'm not going to rip it off there and rip that again. All right, so I'm going to add a dimensional on to this. I don't know if I can fit 2 on there or not. Yep. And we might even be able to go this way. I think we want to go this way. I want to turn it just a little. Probably about like that. I'm gonna rip it. There. Okay, so stem. I'm gonna slide the stem right up in here. It's not going to show up in there, and maybe not quite so there, about like that. And then let's put our petals on, or our leaves on. And this one I'm going to cut right about here. Thanks, Mom. Right. Keep wondering if I should change that. What do you guys think? Should I tip it more? Down? So what I keep wondering. All right, so okay. Thanks. All right, so we're going to do a tag. We're going to put the tag down here. And this is going to say, peace be unto you. Peace be unto you. Oh, here it is. Here it is. And we're going to use that soft succulent ink. I hope, you know, they're doing a color revamp with the next annual catalog. And we as demonstrators get to see that at the end of this month, next week. We get to see the PDF online, and I'm hoping they, like, I love soft succulent. I hope they add it to their regular colors. I know they were going to get rid of some, and they're going to, I think they're going to introduce some new ones. Now, I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo, because that's what that is. I was going to cut a lighter pink, and I didn't, so I'm just going to use this. I was going to cut a petal pink. And these dies are from the Something Fancy again. I'm just going to make it like that. So there's a little bit of color behind that. And I'm going to glue that on there. So about like that. Peace be unto you. And we need a soft succulent bow. You like it with it, Margaret? Yeah, these would be nice to send my family for Easter. And I'm going to cut the tails pretty short because of the words on the tag. Might have to cut them a little shorter. So we'll grab a glue dot here. We'll put it right there. And there's our ribbon, and let's add some gems to this. Oh, we've got 2 white ones left on here. We'll use those up. So I think I'll put one here. And maybe one here. And a smaller one maybe up here. I don't really like that there. And I'm going to do some Wink of Stella on that blossom. Just kind of paint the whole thing and give it a little bit of sparkle here. You know that you can paint, you can use different inks and dip your Wink of Stella brush into it, and I haven't tried that, but so there is the front of that card. And then in the inside it says, peace be unto you, wishing you love and joy this Easter. And you can do that on the inside. So we've got that card and this card and our embossed card. I hope you've enjoyed these, and if you do get the kits for these, you will get an additional, I think it's 3 or 4 cards on the tutorial besides the tutorial for these. So hope you guys have a great week, and thank you for joining me tonight. I just enjoy the time stamping, and I will see you next week. Bye now.